I stood on the porch after burying my grandfather. My hands were shaking. In one hand, I held an envelope. Inside it was everything. 2 ranches. A house in Los Angeles. Money. Enough money that I'd never have to worry again. My grandfather left it all to me. But I couldn't knock on the door because I heard my mother talking. "She's here," my mother said. I saw her car pull up. I froze. My father. Good. Everyone remember what we talked about. My stomach dropped. What did they talk about? My brother laughed. "Just don't let her get dramatic. She always does that." My sister. "You think she'll try to take charge?" And then my mother said it. "If she thinks we're on her side, she'll sign whatever we put in front of her." I couldn't breathe. Sign what? What were they planning? My father. "The lawyer said it works better if she cooperates, especially with her history." My history. They were talking about my PTSD, about my deployments, about me serving my country. My mother's voice went quiet, quieter, like they were actually hiding something from each other now. "We can frame it as care. Say we're worried about her mental state. After the funeral, after the military." The porch tilted. My sister. "Is that legal?" My mother. "Don't be stupid. It's for her own good. Temporary guardianship. Just until we get things settled." Guardianship. I heard that word, and my entire body went cold. They were planning to put me under guardianship, to make me legally unable to make my own decisions, to control me. My brother. "Once we have guardianship, she can't touch anything without us. She can't do nothing without permission." My father. "The doctor is coming tomorrow morning. He owes me a favor. He'll do the evaluation. Sign the papers. We just need her tired, confused, emotional." They had already bought a doctor. They already had a plan. Tomorrow, some man I never met would walk into this house and declare me mentally unfit. Tomorrow, I would lose everything. Part 2. They didn't stop. My brother. "What if she refuses? What if she fights?" My father. "She won't. Not if we do this right. Not if we make her feel safe first." They were going to play nice. They were going to trick me. My mother. "We need to make her think we love her, that we're helping her, that we're protecting her." My sister. "And then we take control of the properties?" My father. "And then we take control of everything. Her money, her decisions, her life." He said it just like that, like it was simple, like I was just a problem to solve. My mother. "Once we have guardianship, we can do whatever we want. Sell the ranches, keep the LA house. She'll have no say, no power." My brother laughed. "She won't even know what happened." I was standing right there, right outside that door. And they were planning to erase me. My father. "The paperwork is already drawn up. All the doctor has to do is sign it tomorrow. By next week, we'll have full authority." Full authority. They were going to own me. And nobody would stop them because they would make it sound like love. They would make it sound like concern. They would make it sound like I was broken, and they were the only ones who could fix me. I wanted to break the glass. I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell them I heard everything. But I didn't. Because that's when I realized something. They thought I was weak. And that was going to be their mistake. Part 3. I walked in dead. I knocked. I didn't storm in. I didn't scream. I knocked like I was supposed to knock. My mother opened the door, and her whole face changed. She looked like she'd been waiting for me. Like she was ready. "Oh, honey, come here. You must be so tired." I let her hug me. She held me like she cared. But I could feel it now. I could feel the plan underneath the hug. The calculation. The hunger. My father nodded at me like he was sorry I existed. My sister was already watching me like I was a problem. My brother was on his phone, not even looking. I didn't say anything. I let them guide me to the couch. I let them tell me I shouldn't make big decisions. I let them treat me like I was already broken, because I was playing them. My mother kept hovering, touching my shoulder, asking if I wanted water, if I was eating, if I was sleeping. Every question was a test. Every touch was checking to see if I would fall apart. I let my shoulders drop. I let my voice get quiet. I made myself look like everything they wanted me to be.
Tired, confused, broken, alone.
That night they took my phone. You should rest, my mother said. We'll keep it downstairs. Charging. They didn't want me to call anyone. They didn't want me to have any way out. I let them take it. Part 4. The doctor who sold out. At 10 a.m. the next morning, the doorbell rang. Dr. Collins walked in. Mid-50s. Expensive watch. The kind of man who'd sell his license for the right price. My family was already sitting, waiting, like they'd rehearsed this. The doctor smiled at me like he already knew what he was going to say. Your family is very concerned about you, he said. My sister jumped in. She's been forgetful. Jumpy. She barely eats anything.
Lies.
All of it lies. I'd eaten fine yesterday. I wasn't forgetful. I wasn't anything except furious and trapped. My brother added, she gets confused sometimes. Makes bad decisions. The doctor wrote that down. Like it was real. Like it was fact. He looked at me. Have you been having trouble making decisions lately? I hesitated. Just a little. Just enough. He wrote that down too. What about confusion? Memory problems? I looked at the floor. I didn't answer. I let the silence do the work. My mother reached over and grabbed my hand. Squeezed it. Hard. She's always been so independent, my mother said. She doesn't like asking for help, even when she needs it. The doctor nodded like my mother had just explained everything. He opened his folder and started writing official things, making it all legal, making it real. I think, he said slowly, temporary guardianship would be wise, just until she stabilizes after the grief and trauma. That's when I moved. I pulled my hand away from my mother so fast, she actually flinched. I sat up straight, and I said, I've commanded soldiers in combat. I've made decisions where people died if I got it wrong. I've been responsible for classified operations. And you're telling me I can't handle money because I buried my grandfather? The doctor went quiet. My father's jaw clenched. You were invited here under false pretenses, I said. There's no medical emergency. I didn't consent to this. You need to leave. The doctor actually tried to argue, but then he realized I wasn't the broken person in this room. He packed his folder and left without another word. Part 5. They showed their teeth. My mother exploded. What is wrong with you? Do you know how humiliating that was? My father didn't say anything. He just stared at me, and I could see it. I could see the anger underneath everything. The rage that I'd beaten him. My brother laughed, but it sounded wrong. Nervous. I reached into my bag. I pulled out the envelope. Grandpa didn't leave me debts, I said. He left me 2 working ranches and a house in Los Angeles. My mother's face changed. My brother started calculating in his head. I could see it happening.
Could see him doing math.
My father's jaw went tight. My sister's mouth opened. My mother stepped forward. Oh, sweetheart, that's wonderful. Grandpa always knew what he was doing. She was lying. She was already lying. Just different lies now. He knew exactly who I was, I said. Which is why he didn't leave it to you. The room went cold. My father. We need to talk about this. As a family. No, I said. We don't. My brother. The properties could support all of us.
No.
My mother. Honey, we can help you manage.
No.
I stood up. You tried to lock me away so you could steal from me. That's what just happened. You tried to convince a doctor to sign papers declaring me insane so you could take my money and my freedom. My father opened his mouth. I heard you. Every word. I was standing on the porch. I heard the entire plan. My mother's face went white. That's when they knew. Part 6. They tried again anyway. That night, everything changed. The house got warmer. The food got better. My phone showed up on my nightstand fully charged. They were trying a different strategy. My father offered to make me coffee. My sister asked to go shopping together. My brother joked about how proud he was of me. But none of it was real. My mail started disappearing. I'm sorting it to help, my mother said. The car keys moved. For your safety, my father said. When I tried to walk outside alone, my sister followed me. They didn't give up. They just switched tactics. My mother sat next to me on the couch and held my hand like we were close.
We love you, she said.
I pulled my hand away. Stop, I said. Stop talking. Stop pretending. Stop lying. My father, we're not lying. We're just. You're trying to control me. That's what this is. That's all it's ever been. My sister tried to change the subject. Started talking about something stupid. Tried to make it normal again. But it wasn't normal. It would never be normal. That night I heard them whispering through my door. Talking about finding a different doctor. Talking about moving faster. Talking about tightening the net. They were going to try again. At 3 a.m., I locked myself in the bathroom and made a phone call. My grandfather had made me save a number. Told me, if you ever need help, call this man. Don't ask questions. Just call. The man answered on the second ring. I said, they're planning something. I need to move now. He said, are you safe? I said, not anymore. Part 7. Adult Protective Services. 48 hours later, there was a knock on the door.
2 men.
One was Dr. Collins, looking like he wanted to disappear into the floor. The other man was wearing a dark suit and didn't smile. I'm with Adult Protective Services, he said. We have some questions. My mother went pale. My father went silent. The APS officer didn't yell. He just asked questions. Is this your daughter? Yes. Does she have free access to her phone? Silence. Has anyone restricted her movement or access to transportation? More silence. Does she have medical conditions that prevent her from being alone? My mother opened her mouth to lie. The officer cut her off. Medical documentation. Actual documentation. Not opinions. They had nothing. He spent an hour documenting everything. The missing phone. The moved car keys. The fact that I'd been isolated. The fact that they'd brought a doctor without my consent. By the time he left, my parents had been served paperwork. They were being investigated for coercive control. There would be mandatory check-ins. There would be consequences. My mother tried to explain. We were just concerned. That's not concern, the officer said. That's control. Part 8. I just left. That night I packed. I didn't hide my bag. I didn't sneak. I folded my clothes, zipped my bag, and put it by the door. My sister blocked me. You can't just leave. Watch me. My father said quietly, if you leave this house, don't expect us to help you. Don't come back. Don't call. I looked at him. I never expected anything from you. I walked out the door. I drove to a hotel and slept for 14 hours straight. When I woke up, my phone had messages. My mother, we need to talk. My brother, you overreacted. My sister, please come home. I deleted them all. Part 9. The anger never stops. It's been months. I moved into the LA house. The ranches are managed. The money is secure. The lawyers say they can't touch me anymore. But here's the thing nobody tells you about escaping your family. You don't get closure. You get anger. Every single day, I'm angry. I'm angry that they chose money over me. I'm angry that they're my blood, and they tried to destroy me. I'm angry that I'll never trust anyone the same way again. My mother still calls sometimes, leaves voicemails about how they never meant to hurt me. My brother sends messages about family healing. My sister wrote a letter. I don't respond because responding keeps the fight alive. And I'm exhausted from fighting. But I'm also not okay. I'm not okay, and I might never be. The inheritance didn't save me. It just proved that my worst fear was true. The people who raised me would hurt me if it meant getting money. And that's the real inheritance. Not the ranches. Not the house. Just the knowledge that family is a trap. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't fight. It's leave and never look back. Even if it means being alone forever.